Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy back to work. Happy Cyber Day if you're out there shopping on Cyber Monday. I am not. I am not shopping. Did I do any this weekend? No, I did not. So I wanted to pop in. Excuse me. I wanted to pop in really quick and just give a live chat and just catch up with everybody post Thanksgiving. So I thought it would be fun to just gather really quick. And I'm doing this. If you're here, if you could share that out, that would be great. I am just letting people know that I am up here on a live and I'm going to share this out myself. So please bear with me if I'm not eye contact with you here. Okay. So I learned yesterday that there's a thing going around YouTube. It's a YouTube thing, apparently. I don't know. It's called Vlogmas. I've never heard of it because I'm still new to YouTube and I am learning the ropes of YouTube. And so Vlogmas is you create a video every single day of the things that you're doing through the holiday season, I guess up until, hey, Heather, how are you? Until the holiday season. Well, I didn't know, or I just overlooked it. I don't know. So I did a video today, a Vlogmas video. I don't know if I'm going to keep up with it though. I'm going to do my darndest to post a video every single month, even if it's just a few minutes long. It doesn't have to be super long, but I'll take you along and just kind of show you some of the things. Oh, good. I'm glad. I have to show you this cute mug, but first, let me share out my video really quick to let people know that I am live right now. Hey, Troy Sutton. Hey, Karen, welcome in. I am sharing out my video right now. No, that's not what I want, is it? We have no idea what I'm doing. That's not true. No. Let me get over to my channel really quick. There it is. No, that's not what I want. YouTube is making this. There we go. I'm going to share it out. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully, I thought I'd just jump on here for a little bit and do a post-Thanksgiving catch-up with everybody to see how everybody's Thanksgiving went. And yes, I'm drinking coffee. I'll probably have tea later tonight. But I thought for right now, I'm going to have some coffee and I'm going to show you this lovely mug that I'm drinking out of. I think that you will appreciate it. And guys, it was 26 this morning when I got up. So, and it's cold outside. Yeah, you know what? I did decorating yesterday and I probably could have recorded had I known that was going on, but you know, there's still things I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to try Heather and see. Like today's little intro was basically, I missed yesterday, but here's the second day and here's what I'm doing, what I've been doing today, right? Because, hey, Templin Acres, good afternoon. Welcome in. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm posting right now to let people know that I'm live over on my, hey, how many of you are on Instagram? I'm just curious. Do you guys, are you on Instagram? I think it'd be great if we followed each other there as well. If you are, let me know. And I would love to come over and just kind of follow and support you over there as well. I did go out. I put now life instead of now live. Hey. I did have to go out today and this morning and run some errands. And then when I got home, it was cold. The wind kicked up, which made it pretty cold. And I had to go and go out. I had to feed the chickens, They got leftover pumpkin pie and apple pie this morning, so I could go get their feed to tie them over till I got back. And then the goats had their hay, and I did what I said I was going to do on my Vlogmas today. So you're not there? Okay. Well, now I think if you're on like Facebook, and now Facebook and Instagram are one, it's kind of rolls you over. But I want to show you the cutest mug. I mean, it was funny. My husband and I got home. Was it Friday? Friday evening. We had left Friday afternoon. We went to a used bookstore, and we went out to lunch at a diner. We like going to like those 50s diners type settings. We love going to diners, and when we find one, we'll usually stop, because I don't know about you, I was not in the mood to cook. I didn't even want leftovers, and that's the one thing about me at Thanksgiving. I don't do leftovers. Anybody else like that, or is it just me? But I came home and there's a box sitting there in my mudroom on my freezer. And I was like, I swear I didn't order anything, because packages were coming quite frequently. I'm like, I promise you, I didn't order anything. I don't even know what this could be. So I opened the box up, and it is from my dear, dear friend all the way in California. And she's born in August, I'm born in November. And to this day, we are best friends. That will never change. And she sent me this mug. Look at that. And growing up, we literally lived next door to each other. And I text her, I'm like, I'm not crying, you're crying, thank you so much for the mug. And I'm using it for the first time, and I'm just loving it. Karen, I am so sorry. I've heard people been pretty sick so far. Do you know what you have? Hey, Little House at the Farm. So I'm showing it off today. Isn't that a cute mug? Yeah. I do hope you're feeling better. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Little House at the Farm. We are talking post-Thanksgiving. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not much for leftovers either. And you know what I did? When we went out to the diner, I'm a huge fan of patty melts. And that's what I ordered. If it's on the menu, that's what I'm going to order, because I don't make them at home. Very rarely do I eat them. And that's what we had. And well, at least I had that. My husband ended up getting a Philly cheesesteak. So yeah. Hey, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Oh no. Do you have pneumonia or anything? Or like walking pneumonia? So what better way to drink coffee and have a cookie, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. We'll be praying for you. Praying that it gets out of here. Hey, Wills, how are you? So I actually just took the turkey off. That's in my Vlogmas. Okay. I didn't videotape that aspect, but I deboned the turkey and put the rest of it in the freezer, because I knew if I didn't get the meat off in that today, because it's the 4th day, I would have ended up throwing out the meat in the bone. So hey, Anna's Mobile Home Live, how are you? I know, right? I should. Wouldn't that be fun to do? Okay, everybody, here's your dessert. Make sure you save this until my next live, and we'll all have dessert and coffee, tea, or milk, or water, whatever you like to drink. That would be fun, Jennifer. Thanks for the idea. So I can't wait to see your video tomorrow, Jennifer. I think you're tomorrow. So if you're not sure, we've had Yeah, cold here too. 26 this morning. Okay, well, the 4th. 26 this morning. And tomorrow, it's going to be like that pretty much all week. It's 37 out right now. So it heated up. But like tomorrow, well, actually, it was really 22, but by the time I got outside, it was 26. I kind of slept in, but it's supposed to be in the 20s every morning until next week. Then it's going to be in like the 40s. Yesterday, we actually had snow. I don't like the dentist. I don't like going to the dentist. I don't want to go to the dentist. And I wish you the best tomorrow at the dentist. So yeah. So tell me, did everybody have a good Thanksgiving? Let me know in the comments. Everybody's getting sick. Oh my goodness. She got him off of Amazon, Little House on the Farm. That's where she got me. And I don't know if you're able to purchase any. Maybe there's a cyber sale today. You might want to check. It didn't do anything, but it just kind of flurried and blew a lot of it. Some of it a little dusty on the back end of our property I saw, but it's all gone. Yeah, she found it on Amazon. That's how it came. And the little gift note was in there too. So it was really nice. You're welcome. Okay. All right. Tell us treasures here. Thank you. Have fun decorating. Then that hits you really hard, Anna, if you suffer from COPD. That would hit you really hard. It's that time of the year. Do you take anything to build your immune system up? I can't wait. I really cannot wait. I really can't. I have been loving the video so far. That's been put out. I shared the playlist again, and I added everybody who's done their video on in the playlist, and so I've been watching them. It's been really nice. Yeah. I just used the honey for the first time that I bought maybe a week or so ago. Never used this honey locally. It was actually quite good. So now I have 2 resources for honey, and I'm thankful for that. Oh, that's awesome. Did you sell some soap? There was a soap collaboration going on called Soaptober about making soap. I never got mine done. I bet you are. I'll be praying for you too, Anna. Feel better. So I have to do some baking. I'm behind on something that I needed to do. I'm supposed to test a recipe. She didn't really reach out to me. I kind of offered, and I know myself sometimes not to step up and just offer things because I can't always get to it. But I have to test a recipe for her. And that is on my list this week. She is an author friend of mine, and I need to test a recipe for her that's going to be inside the book. And she said she needed it done by December. And we're already in December and I need to go finish that. Yes, it is for the best for allergies. And I'm often wondering, so I don't just take the honey raw, but I do add honey into a lot of my stuff. And I also wonder if my allergies have lessened too because of the honey. Because I have to take allergy medicine year round. It's not something that goes away during the winter. I still have it. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's another thing. I used to bake a lot too, especially when I had my grandchildren here and stuff, and when my kids were growing up. But I mean, I don't bake as often as I used to, but I do bake still, whether it's orders coming in or I'm going to the market. But since the market is closed for this season, I have no reason to really be baking. I mean, it's the holidays, and I think I'll probably bake just like a couple of things up to give as gifts, but nothing. No, it's actually, her name is Tracy Fredorowski. She may come on here one day as a guest too, if you'd like to meet her. She is another author. She came to my event for the first time too. So, oh, and I can show you who she is. Tracy Fredorowski. This is her here. I don't know if you can see that. That's her. If you're on Facebook or anything like that, you'd be able to go and meet her, get to know her books too. And yeah. So there are some honeys I don't like either. That's why I usually mix it in with something, Jennifer, to be honest with you, whether it's in a recipe or something. Yeah, ginger tea with honey, that's good too. Yeah. Oh, so I had a good Thanksgiving. It was, smaller this year, and that's okay. Still had my family around, my daughter and son, and I did a spatchcock on my turkey for the first time, and that was success. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for letting me know, little house. And I came up with my own concoction. I used a chipotle, cayenne pepper, white pepper. What else did I put on there? I did butter as well, but I did that and then baked it in the oven, and it was good. It had a little kick to it. I couldn't give it to my dogs. Normally my dogs always get some turkey, but this year they didn't get their Thanksgiving because it was just maybe a little too spicy for them, and I didn't know how it would sit with their tummies. So that went really well. It took me some time, to cut the breastbone out. I had to keep sharpening my knife because, you're cutting through the bone. So yeah, it went really well. And then we had the raviolis I made and the traditional stuff, and apple pie and pumpkin pie, which I gave the leftovers today to the chickens because nobody was eating the pie and it was starting to go bad. And I'm like, give it to the chickens, right? But can't you drizzle, Jennifer, honey inside the tea? Does that still heat it up as a natural sweetener? Because I've never heard that before. So that's why I'm wondering. That was really tasty. You know what, Anna? Honey is good for you for your allergies. If it's local honey, you should take some honey. But if you're talking like a teaspoon of local honey, I'm not. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't hurt you to have your local honey to take it. You may not like the taste of it, so that's why we're talking like you might want to add something with it. But yeah, I have not tried it. And actually I was at Aldi today too. But I have not tried it. And Heather says 100 degrees Fahrenheit to help keep the benefits. So that makes sense. Yep. Yeah, because you kill the bacteria in the good bacteria in the raw milk, right? Once you heat it up to pasteurize it to 160 degrees or so, then those benefits from raw milk are killed. Okay. Honey mixed with mustard. I could see that. Honey mustard, that would be good. You know, that's the one thing that I do not have is elderberry syrup in my home. So I should really get some, right? And I don't think the elderberry plants, the clippings that I planted last year, I don't think they're going to take. I think they dried out. I think I let them go too long. So I know elderberries are good for the immune system. I did not know they were good for allergies. So yeah. So guess what, Heather? Elderberries are good for allergies. Yeah, no worries, Jennifer. Take your time. I know my son, I'm going to go out a little early, but my son said that something's digging again, trying to get into the coops. Even though we have it with all the fencing underneath the ground, we have all the rock around it, something's trying to get in there. So I need to get some elderberry syrup too. I know you can go buy it, but I know that there's kits and it's organic ones that you can buy on Amazon and just follow the directions to make your own. I know I need new plants. I know, but you know what, Heather? I paid 20 some dollars for these elderberry clippings. And it's my fault for not getting them in the ground sooner than what I did. So yeah, I bet. Hey, Rob Allotment Gardening, welcome in. How are you today? The elderberry syrup, you can take it and mix it in. You can use it almost like a honey. You can make gummies out of it too if you want. On Amazon, Heather, organized dried elderberries. Oh, good to know. And I'm sure your garden's been put to bed. I got the Baker Creek seed catalog over the weekend, and so I was going through it. And there's a couple of things I think I actually may order this year for the garden to see. We'll find out. So you take elderberry, Heather, by a teaspoonful, not on a drink, but you can do gummies. Yeah, gummies are really easy to make with that. If you follow Jessica over at Three Rivers Homestead, she has a really great recipe for that. That's a healthier way to make them. Yeah, I wonder, because when I drive around here, I wonder, like, in, like, the forest, the woods, like, how many of those berry plants are growing in there. But Tina's not gonna go in there and look for them because I don't need ticks on me. Thanks, Heather. I'll go check it out. Is your garden still going, Heather? Or have you put it to bed? I did the majority of mine. I'm not going to stress over. Do you cover your garden? That's what here's a question. If you grow in raised beds, do you cover your raised beds with anything? Okay, I know, like leaves, but over the winter time, if you're not growing in it, are you covering your raised beds with anything? I'm really curious. I want to know if anybody covers them with, like, fabric, like garden fabric or anything. I'd really like to know. I know a lot of the bigger farms, they throw down, like my friends up in PA, they'll put down like a ground cover seed and they'll grow, which helps bring the nutrition, nitrogen, and everything back into the ground. Yeah. See, I was just wondering because I know some people cover and then some people don't. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I have so many leaves outside. I'm trying to get them. They're all up next to my fence where my compost pile is, but I need to go over and get mine. See, that's what I was wondering. I'm just wondering what would be the purpose. I mean, aside if you plant garlic, I get that, but what would be the purpose of covering, like with garden fabric? What's the purpose why people do that? I don't know. Because for me, like where my garden is, when the wind blows, leaves go into my garden beds, and I just let them be. I want that in there, but they'll eventually break down. So yeah, I don't know. But I have to go, as I was saying, I have to go out to my chickens and walk around to see whether or not there is something trying to get in. So I'm going to have to look at that. Thanks. I'm just curious. I did do a few things outside today. I had my head covered. I had a flannel shirt on and I was getting kind of warm. See, that's what I thought too. Yeah, I have a trash can next to my garden that I started putting in leaves and everything. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to dump it, that trash can, just dump it because it has been composting down, but I want to add it to my other pile and just kind of turn that around, with the pitchfork, what have you, and get that composted down maybe for the next year. I don't know. It does reduce weeds. The weeds are going to come no matter what. No matter what I do, it doesn't matter. They're just going to grow. They're going to find a way. I don't think there's truly a way to get rid of weeds. That's my own personal opinion. Yes, I could spray something. That is true. And yeah, but I don't. So I just kind of let it be and let the leaves just lay on top. Yes, 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 I know. So yeah, so is everybody decorated for Christmas? I really would like to know. They do find their weeds. I mean, they do find their way, right, Heather? Yeah, they just do, no matter what I do. So, I eliminate as much as possible. I even use that concoction. Last year, I used the vinegar, the water, and the salt, and I use like there is a very strong vinegar that you can buy at like Home Depot. I forget what the percentage is. It's higher than the 5% that you buy in the store for canning and cooking. Let me just tell you, I use that, in between like the driveway and like your garage door. Like there's like a little crack there. We get weeds there. I would spray on there. If I see something coming up from a crack, I'd go spray this stuff. And within hours it would be dead, but it didn't, come right back. I would pull them, but they would still come right back. So, well, Karen, you've been sick. I have to say, I keep decoration so easy now in my home. So I kind of did a Christmas Thanksgiving decoration because it fell so late this year. Thanksgiving did that. I didn't put out. I don't like to put out all this stuff, and I've learned just from yesterday taking stuff down. I told my husband, I said, I have everything I want for fall in one container. All my other containers of fall stuff, guess what? I'm all going to go through it, and I am going to donate it or toss it because I don't need it. And the same with my Christmas stuff. If you can see back here, I have, that bowl has some dehydrated oranges in it. And then I have the little lights, and I have the Christmas trees in each corner there. And that's all. And then on my table here, I have I'll show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see. You know what I'll do? I'll try and take a picture of it. It's a table runner that my mom made. It's all hand sewn and quilted. And this is the table runner that I have on my table that my mom made. And then that vase that you see right here, I just have some poinsettias and it's done. In my living room, I have a coffee table and it has a table runner on it. And I had probably the greenery is probably from Dollar Tree. I wrapped it around, tied it up, stuck a candle in the center and some other things. That is done. And then the tree is up and it has just lights on it. And that's all the decoration I'm doing. No, I know it's one of those things where I just don't feel like, it's nice. It's the coziness of the lights and the candles I love in my house. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, Little House at the Farm. Yeah, I barely got things up. That's why it's like, I used to, like when my kids were little, especially, and then my grandchildren were here, we used to put the scarecrows out, and my granddaughter thought those were her friends. So every year she looked forward to those scarecrows coming out, and we do the pumpkins because it's fun with the kids, right? But I'll be honest with you. Hey, Janice, welcome in. But now I'm going to tell you, less is more in my opinion. And I prefer just to keep it simple, and it's a simple, clean look and not a lot of stuff. So my decoration is done. Now I can focus just on the season itself. Advent started, and I can just be enjoying the season and the celebration of Christ our Savior. Awesome. So since I moved to the East Coast, we don't have it's just, for me, it's such a mess anyhow. And because it's so cold during this time, you have fire, you have your heater on, and the tree seems to get really dried out, in my opinion. Like on the West Coast, it wasn't like that. So it's easier to keep your tree alive a lot longer. So I decided to go to a fake tree that's flocked. And I love it that way. So glad you're here, Janice. I almost called you Jennifer. But I bet it's beautiful. I love flock trees. I just think they're so pretty. So, and I'll make a Vlogmas or something if I can stick to it, what I'm going to be doing. But my goal, the sunroom is freezing cold, but when the sun is out, it really heats up in there. And you will find out today what I did yesterday in my sunroom. But I'm really trying to clean that area up. I still have like 30 loofahs to harvest and get out of their pods because I have to get it cleaned up just in the nick of time for planting again, right? So, yep, I've had that. Like I had that one year. We took the grandchildren and we thought, oh, this is going to be so much fun. taking the kids, letting them pick out the tree. It was like needles, the needles. It was so sharp. We ended up throwing it out, and we went and got another one down the street here at a nursery from me, which was just much better. But I was like, I think that was the last time we had a real tree was because of that. Hey, Real Life Happens. Hey, Norma, welcome in. I never had a fake tree. And here I am now. That's all I like. It's just easier to pack up, put it away, and it's done. I know some people who keep their tree up literally year round and then will decorate it for each season that comes. Yeah, I wonder how much real Christmas trees go for. Does anybody know? Because I honestly do not know if they are. My guess is they're probably about $100 or more. So just letting somebody there. Oh, let me remind you all tonight why I'm here. Oh my gosh, Heather, don't even tell me. Yeah. I mean, it was a thing. So yeah, me too. So just as a reminder tonight, because I got a notice about it, and I want to let everybody give all of you here for a reminder. Tonight is the Cozy Fall Soup giveaway that Heather from Milk and Honey Heritage Farm hosted. It was a collaboration, and Gail from Gail's Southern Living. That is at 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that if you haven't gone over and watched any of the videos, you might want to go watch a couple, put a heartfelt comment on there, share them out if you want to, because there's going to be a giveaway tonight for I think the collaborators maybe, as well as those who left comments. So you want to make sure that you have watched and commented on those videos for your chance to enter. And so I don't know, Heather, can you tell me, is it going to be on your channel tonight? I don't know what channel it's going to be hosted on. Is it going to be on Gail's Southern Living or your channel, Heather? Let me know and I'll put it up here. It was a great collaboration and lots of fun. Yep. There's a lot of collaborations going on. I have one, as I said, Gifts from the Home. That started last Friday. There's a couple of videos on the playlist. Go over to my channel and check it out. You can get some ideas of what kind of gifts to make. It runs from now up until the 22nd of December. And you can find out some gifts that you can make from your own home to give as gifts. And then there's another one coming up hosted by Lisa at Yogi Hollow Farm and Tammy at Mountain Grandma, and it's a candy collaboration. So you might want to check that out. That's already starting. And then Cece's Farm, they are doing an open collaboration, and it's the 12 Days of Christmas. It started yesterday and it runs through the 12th of December, given the 12 days of Christmas. And there's other ones going on too. I just don't know all of them, but yeah. So the live tonight and giveaway is going to be on Gail's channel. Oh, I'm so glad, Karen, that you are enjoying the Gifts from the Home. Yeah, this is my second year doing it, and it is a lot of fun getting creative on the things that you can make and give as gifts. And I think those to me go back to the traditions that, like, my mom still makes us all a gift. She's done that for years. But, not everybody has the resources to go out and buy gifts for everybody, but a homemade gift is truly a gift from the heart. And it's a very thoughtful gift as well, because that the time and thought has gone into that gift to give to you as well. So, yeah. So let me see. Let's see. Heather, do you want to come up with me on this live? Let me know and I can send you a link. So, yeah. So what else was I going to say? So I am going dinner tonight. I'm making chicken tacos. I have my beans in the Instapot. I don't think they've gone off yet. Let me go check because it's so quiet in there. Nope. They are just fine. It's just coming down from pressure, so it's just fine. So, yep, no problem. What are you canning, Heather? Do you? You know what? It's really strange because I kind of run out of things. I always like to try and go a minimum of an hour because it helps me out. And if you guys have given this a thumbs up and you talk and you share it out, it also helps my channel out as well. And that's the goal, is we just help each other out. And there's things like I'm trying to get better at getting a schedule down to, those who come in and that go and watch a video or so of theirs, because I like to see what you're doing. That's what I have to do this week too. I'm not a fan of turkey broth, but I can doctor it up really good to make it not taste turkey-ish. Do you know what I mean? Here's something. So here's something that I learned. So this year I canned, I don't know how many quarts and then pints of chicken broth. I forget. I don't think that it was enough. I wasn't sure. Let me put it this way. I haven't canned chicken broth in a long time. I used to just freeze it up, but I wanted to can the chicken broth to make room in my freezer for other things. There's no reason for that to be in there. And so I was saving all my chicken bones and everything. Hey, good to see you, Heather and Ruth Ann, if that's you. I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah. If it's Heather, your mom sent me a text this morning. So yeah, I was happy to see that. I know you told me, Heather. I may have to go. I should go see if they're on Amazon Cyber sale today, right? So what I did is I ended up canning, which I thought was enough, like chicken broth. I don't know. And during Thanksgiving, I went down and grabbed chicken broth. I thought, I'll just need like a quart or a small jar. That wasn't the case. I did not can enough chicken broth. I already know that right now. I already know that I'm going to need more chicken broth down in my pantry. So yeah. And so I'm thankful that I got my chickens in the freezer. They're whole chickens. So I'm going to be able to cook. I can cook 2 up at a time in my big roaster and debone it and then let it keep on going and adding water and all that to it to make more broth. So it's the one thing, it's a lesson learned. And it's not that I'm out of it. I just didn't realize how much I'd be going through it because I use it in my pasta sauce. I use it to make the gravy. The gravy was, I'm just going to tell you, the gravy was so delicious because I used the chicken broth for the gravy for Thanksgiving. And and it was the most delicious, delicious gravy I think that I've ever made. So I know I will definitely be making out more chicken broth. That's too bad, Rob. There's so many health benefits to the bone broth, but we all have our things, right? There's certain things I just can't stand either. So yeah. So yeah. You know what? I just know, yes, yes. I'm so glad that you two connected. That's so nice. It is. It's so good. Well, now with the turkey is normally how I make the gravy, but I didn't this year because it had all the spices in it, and I didn't want the gravy to be too spicy either. Rob, what does your wife cook for you? I'm just curious. You don't like chicken pies either. Yep, it does. So before I make my next thing of gravy, well, I have onions in my freezer, but I do want to add some celery to it. I do. I have beef broth. Do you like beef broth, Rob? Just curious. Maybe you would like a beef pot pie. That's awesome. Do you like the beef broth or no? Or do you just not like broth in general? I'm just curious. It does, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it does, what's the word I'm looking for, friends? Okay, beef is, yeah. What's the word? You have to have an acquired taste is what I'm trying to say for it. So that's what I think. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I'd like to do some vegetable broth, to be honest. Just get a bunches. And right now, I bet you celery is on sale really cheap right now. Just get a bunch of celery and onions and carrots and just throw it in. I'd rather have a vegetable stock than a beef stock, to be honest. I use more vegetable and chicken stock broth than I do a beef. Yes, I'm going to actually make and can some tomato soup. Maybe this week, I'm not sure. It does, doesn't it? Yeah. That's the one thing I buy from my farmer here where I get the beef is I get all the bones and everything and throw them in my thing. But I think honestly the chicken and the vegetable stock, and I think I may do that. I'd rather do that. It does smell like it's processing, that's for sure. Oh, that's awesome. Yep, homemade. Yep. So I took my last, see, that's another thing I have to do. I have a 10-pound thing of chicken I want to can up. So I took my last can of chicken for dinner tonight. We're going to have chicken tacos, and the beans are in the Instapot because I don't have any more pinto beans canned. I can't believe that. So I'm going to have to can those. I'm going to need to make a list of what I need to can. But the Instapot makes it fairly easy and quick if I don't have beans canned. Yeah, me too. That's Karen, that's the one thing I think I'm going to do. Add some ginger and garlic to what, Heather? I'm sorry. To the broth? What broth? I'm not sure. Yeah. So, can I hang in 10 more minutes, guys? You want to hang with me 10 more minutes? Just 10 more minutes, and that will give me an hour today. And then Yeah, so it should be, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to look at the store ads this week and see if I can go any broth. That's good to know, Heather. Heather says that you can add to any broth some ginger and garlic. So garlic, yes, I always add garlic, but I've never done ginger. Do you do whole ginger or ginger powder? Yeah. Now, Rob, what part of England are you in, if you don't mind me asking? I'm so glad, little house. Hey, Andy's Journey, welcome in. Welcome in from Chattanooga. So glad you're here. Yeah. You know, that's the one thing I have not grown is ginger. Do you grow it? From the middle of England. Well, since I am geographically, what's the word? See, I'm geographically challenged. I'll ask my husband. Thank you. I told Blue, I said, my husband wants to take me to England. He's been there, of course. And I'm like, wouldn't that be so much fun if I came over and could meet y'all? I don't know. Okay. All right. I'll let him know. Thank you. I don't know, Jennifer. Ginger needs hot temps, though, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm sure there's a health benefit by adding ginger, or is it a flavor benefit? I would think it's both. Okay. All right. So the ginger, if you're putting in fresh, I know, me too. If you're putting in fresh ginger, so it should be slices, grated, shredded. I mean, it doesn't matter. Is the benefit putting it in the broth is for your health purposes and for flavor purposes. Am I correct? Heather says both. Thank you, Heather. It's so funny. I was texting my sister today, and I on iPhones you can just push the microphone and speak your text in, which always is not always the greatest thing to do because it comes off really bad. So when I texted my sister and I said Sherry, it called her Siri. We were laughing about it. I should my next trip up to PA. I should see if there's any ginger anywhere. I might guess there may be somewhere. So I don't grow rhubarb. My grandmother used to grow it all the time in her yard. I have fond memories her harvesting it and making rhubarb pie. I do love a good rhubarb strawberry pie though. Oh, I'm glad you're back in. Yes, it is cold, isn't it? Okay, good to know. Thank you. Whoops. I have to watch where I click because I'll ban you by accident. So sorry if that ever happens. Okay, put slices in. Yeah. There you go, little house. Karen does. She grows rhubarb. I bet, right? No, I have never tried it either. Oh, Jennifer, that's so funny. Did you grew it? Jennifer Ocean grew it too, Little Farm. And you'll have to forgive me. I'm very bad with names. So if you want to tell me your first name, you can. And if not, that's okay too. That's exactly my favorite pie and it only comes around in the spring, is the strawberry rhubarb pie. I love strawberry rhubarb pie. I bet you strawberry rhubarb jam too would be good. Thanks, Kate. I need to remember that. I have some friends named Katie. Nobody here would eat rhubarb, so it's not something I would grow. And you can't harvest it the first year. It's okay. Katie, do you grow rhubarb? 4 more minutes, guys, and I'm going to call it a day. Pie, yes. My grandma made some really good pie. So my pies that I made for Thanksgiving were good. The pie crust was good too. There's some things I would tweak about it. Yeah, those would be good too, Heather. You should try and grow it. I don't know where you're at, but you should try growing it. I'm sure that you would like it. That would be really good. All these all these suggestions, pardon me, for rhubarb is making me hungry for rhubarb strawberry pie. Yes. Ooh, yes. So one of the bakeries up in PA, they actually make a rhubarb custard pie. So, it's so strange because as I'm looking at it, it's like it's starting to get dark because it's like 4:00 here, and I'm like, what? No, not yet. That sounds really good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I do. So, we're going to just talk more about the holidays coming in. And as we start into the holiday season and Christmas, I think we have lots of things done this coming Saturday. It is one of the most beautiful sights, and it pulled up as a memory for me on my Facebook account. And if I can find that, I'll share it to you and to explain it. So many of you may or may not have heard me talk. One of the things, let me do this. One of the things that we like to do is I make my husband take me to one of my favorite battlefields. And that is Antietam. But anyhow, during Christmas, and it's this Saturday for one night only, they have the luminaries all on the battlefield. Now, they will not have them if it's windy. If it's too windy out, they won't have them because of a fire risk, right? So we'll see. But I just wanted to share with you really quick. This is part of the battlefield, and that is the luminaries. And each light that you see there represents a person who lost their life during the Battle of Antietam. And it is one of those somber moments when you drive through and you look and you see those lights, and they're either from, the Union, Confederate, innocent people, the community that was there. And that's one of the things when I read this book. And Heather, if you're there, you might want to look at this book called September Morn. And it's a great quick read, but a lot of information in there. And my husband said, "Hey, I got this for you," because I'm always intrigued with the people, like in the communities, and how did they react and how did they handle things. I mean, you can try and put yourself in their situation, but you can't. Like, it's hard. But this book brought some things to life for me. They are a Brethren church, Quaker, and there's a historical church there called the Dunker Church. And this battlefield and the farms that were sat on this battlefield were invaded, their homes. And you have to think back to, this time in era, but the community came together. It's just a really great read. And it taught me about the people who lived in the farms. It taught me about the battle and things. And ever since, literally, and I'm not kidding you, ever since I read that book, don't ask me why, I can't explain it. I have I'm drawn to that area. And every time my husband takes me, he knows my first stop is I have to go into Dunker Church, and I just have to sit there just in peace and quiet with the Lord. And they do have a service there. I think once a year they hold it, but I will just sit in the Dunker Church and just like, you can go on if you want. You don't have to sit here. And I'll just sit in there and just like meditate. And what's so cool is they have one original pew left in the church from back in the 1800s, the battle. And I will sit in that pew. And so, yeah, anyhow, there's my little spiel. So hopefully, and I pray that the weather will be well, so we're able to go and experience that. Again, we haven't been. And so it will have a completely different meaning now when I go back, because of I'm drawn to that area now. So yeah, it's just, you can go up and look at Dunker Church in Antietam, and you can go read about it. And it's so weird, because the church became, like, after the battle, that they put up like a gas station and stuff, but they eventually, once the trust and the war came back into the Civil War trust and stuff, they actually reconstructed the church. There are original parts used. I think it's the stones in the foundation that are used to rebuild the church, but they did bring it back, and it is now the Dunker Church, and where the battle, took place. And it's just one of those things. I know. Thank you so much, Norma. I could go on and on about it, but I won't. But yeah, anyhow, that is just one of those things that's, we'll get our coffee. I can pack our coffee up in a thermos, and we'll take snacks, because there's a line to get in. And you wait in line, and you get up. You can give a donation if you want. The people are out there. It's usually, I think, the Boy Scouts or the Civil War Trust that go and do all the luminaries. And that's a big battlefield to do all those, what is it, 20,000? I think it's 20,000 lights that are lit. That's a lot. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to find out. I forget. So yeah. So we're 22,270 total. Yeah. So that's how many lights that are there. Yeah, it is Templin Acres. It is. But it is a reminder when you go, it is a reminder of what was fought for us and our freedoms. And that's all I'm going to say on that. It's just a reminder. And I don't think anybody can put it into perspective unless you see it and you maybe go study it or something. So anyhow, I'm hoping we get to go on Saturday. But yeah, so with that in mind, I've talked enough. I'm 4 minutes over, almost 5 minutes over because see, I got talking about that. So that's going to be our one thing we pray we get to go do. Then there's another thing we want to go do. And last year when I went, our friends were here from Texas and we took them. I'm not going to really say, but you drive through, it's another battlefield. You drive through and they have it all lit up. There's different themes. And then when you come to the end, there's like a little, you get out of your car and there's like food stands and like a little carnival, like a Christmas carnival type thing. But I told my husband, I said, you're taking me back because I rode a camel last year. And so I want to go back and ride this camel again because they're just so pretty and just so much fun. So why not, right? So Andy, you have a great evening. I appreciate you coming in today. So anyhow, I think I'm going to hit the road too, Andy. So you're fine. But hey, thanks for joining me. Heather, I hope you get your stuff done. I will catch you later at your live. Don't forget, tonight's the live for the Cozy Fall Soup giveaway hosted by Heather at Milk and Honey Heritage Farm and Gail at Gail Southern Living. And that is at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern time. There's going to be giveaways. If you don't know, you can go to the playlist on their channels and go watch some of them. Get your name down, leave a heartfelt comment, and that's the way you're going to be entered into a drawing. And there's going to be some lovely gifts tonight. So yeah, I know, right? I know. That's why I want to go back and ride the camel. And if I ride the camel, I'll bring you all along. All right, friends. I hope you have a great evening. Thanks for chatting and post Thanksgiving. And I will see you, I don't know. I'll be up here again this week, a couple more times, I'm sure. So have a great time. And if you are at the live tonight, I will see you there. Have a great night, everybody. Be blessed. Bye.